lunch talk series. We're glad to see you guys out. Hope more students come. I'm sure they're coming out of classes that got over at noon. It's my joy and privilege to introduce our speaker today, Elena Panaritis, who is a social entrepreneur and founder of a triple bottom line firm, the Panel Group, a specialized advisory group that provides counsel and technical expertise on transforming illiquid real estate. Today, her company applies reforms, techniques funded through private investment, giving significant financial, social, and environmental returns. She has played a direct hands-on role in creating stable property rights systems. In more than a decade as an economist at the World Bank, she spearheaded property rights reform in Peru that was awarded as international best practice and innovation. Ellen is also the author of Prosperity Unbound, Building Property Markets with Trust, and we have a couple of her books, which she so kindly has dropped the price to $20. So if you're interested in purchasing a book right outside the door, we have a couple of books available. She's also a special advisor to the new struggling Greek government, where she is leading an effort for major public sector reform. Her ideas are particularly timely, especially in the context of the current global economic crisis and the ongoing efforts to eliminate illiquid and formal property markets around the world. Please join me in welcoming Elena.
Thank you very much. It is a pleasure to be here. I appreciate your presence. I understand it's the first seminar of the spring semester. Indeed, I am all the things that Sandra did say. More specifically, I'm an institutional economist. And an institutional economist is pretty much an economist that is studying the behavior and incentives within a transaction. So we look into how players in the market operate so they could end up having a transaction completed. Much of my focus is in transforming illiquid assets into liquid assets in the area of property. And I worked in pioneering that transformation methodology in Peru with great success, which I will be happy to share with you in a little bit. Right now, I'm applying this method through a triple bottom line, and a triple bottom line company is a company that manages to have positive market returns, financial returns, positive social impacts, and important positive environmental impacts. So we're moving out of the usual kind of investing just for your financial returns to look good. But we'll only invest if all these three aspects are important. Now, I have worked in the area of informality, informal property, liquid assets, what I call in my book unreal estate, which I will try to explain further. But all of this to you right now, living in Claremont and working here and studying here, may feel different. You may understand it logically, but we can't really get to it unless you go and submerge yourself into the problem, into what informality is. I've been working for about 18 years in this, and I'm going to try to transmit that information in about 30 minutes. So what I decided to do is create a little trailer and have you try to feel it, at least a bit, what it is. And then we will unlock it and untangle it and use all our economic theory to understand it. If we could have the lights down, that would be lovely. Thank you. here and you're munching before, and then throughout the movie I was hearing you stopping munching, so I'm happy, something like took me a while to put that together, so that's a benefit I get. Okay, so let's put the world in my perspective, the perspective of my studies and my work, which is informality. So what does informality correspond to this world about? About 4 billion people are affected by it, and that translates to about $9 trillion. That's twice the money supply of the United States of America. And we think that we have that initial feeling, that's why I put that movie on. We have that initial feeling that informality is a problem of the South. It doesn't really affect anybody else up in the North, in developed countries. So this is not true. Informality has no geographical boundaries, no ethnical boundaries, and has no cultural boundaries. You can find it equally in the South Bronx as you can find it in India. And that's a very important point to remember. So it's not something we do for them versus us, it's something we do for all of us. Another important understanding or observation is that markets really, for them to be able to function, they need to have secure property rights. And I hope at the end of the seminar to really explain what that is perfectly well, so that at least we can come out and understand what secure property rights means. And secure property rights are really nothing else but the right that one person has on his own savings that they're placed in their property. So it's rights on your own property, or whatever you own, lease, rent, whatever that is. And these rights, in